moving forward, what can I take from what was done to me and how I lived with it and transform that into something powerful and beautiful and for this world, not just for me. Yes, I want to create all that for myself, but I want to take every powerful, beautiful thing and put it back into the world.
Hi, I'm Ian.
And I'm Megan.
Welcome back, or welcome to
the Memory Millionaires podcast.
We are survivors of government service,
Cancer,
world travel,
and parenting. We're here to share stories and insights to help illuminate your path towards a happier, healthier lifestyle.
You have something you really need to get off your chest.
Yeah. I'm telling this to you, and then maybe people get to see this in the future. Because the message I've been getting for the past few days, and then really hitting home.
Yeah, when?
I mean, since I went on my run on Sunday.
Whoa.
And so we're Tuesday, and it's like this message just keeps coming through.
Okay.
Which is to be where I want to be in my coaching, in my support of my family, my children. The most important thing to do is talk about the biggest shame that I have in my life.
Shame.
Shame. Mm-hmm. Shame. And it's a shame I've been holding on to for 25 years.
25 years?
Yeah, so that's like all of my life, essentially.
Shame?
Yeah. And
25 years?
Yeah.
Well, now I need to look around at what I'm holding on to. What do I have?
Yeah.
It's 25 years old.
Well, I mean,
I have a bit.
When it's the biggest shame of your life. But then when I think about it, it shouldn't be shame. It's just how I've internalized it, and I told myself all these stories for 25 years of why it's shameful and what I did wrong and why I shouldn't talk about it. And
so it didn't start as a shameful event. It's now compiled into a bunch of shame about what you've done after it.
I think so. A lot of regret of not ever talking about this. And it's something I've told myself over the years, and just recently have figured out how to change the narrative of how did I let this happen to me to
I think I know what you're going to talk about.
There was no point that I let this happen to me, and it happened to me. I was sexually abused by my friend's dad for 3 years, and at the age I was at, which is about 10, I didn't let anything happen to me. I didn't know the extent of where things began and where they went to. And at 10, I didn't know what was happening. As things progressed, it was just more of I don't know. I didn't understand it, but I knew that someone was going to be in trouble, and I always thought it was going to be me, because I was in this situation and I let this person do this thing to me.
Jeez, what a trap. That something went wrong. You knew it was wrong, but we're going to feel wrong no matter what.
Yeah.
Because if you say that you let it happen to you, something bad was going to happen to you.
Yeah, and I know that was part of what this person did was help help that, I mean, dumb I mean, kids are dumb at a certain emotional. Well, we're all dumb at a certain emotional level, but like, I did not know enough to know what he was telling me was BS, and I also didn't have the example of I I didn't have a male father type figure in my life, so there was a certain amount of like when he said like this is what dads do for their daughters. There's like I don't know what is normal. And just I keep on trying to forgive a little kid that didn't know what was going on and how to react to it and how to stop it from happening when all this little kid wanted was to not upset anybody, not get in trouble, and also have someone in my life that cared about me, because that's part of the way he made it me feel was like someone who was there like a father figure that cared about me. But then there was
That was his avenue.
that was part of the whole scheme was like
That I'm the.
of being
This is
like
what it is.
father figure.
Yeah, this is what a father figure. This is what a male above you is.
Well, not just that, but also
A father figure is.
like this is what a father figure does, but like, look at the other things that I do for you. Like, I take you to cool, fun events and soccer practice and buy you ice cream and take you to this, skating rink. Like normal kid having fun things. Right?
But it was
There's
a
level.
transactional thing. He expected
Well,
something of you.
He made it transaction. He made it transactional, but that was, like, knowing what I know now, there's a whole lot of ways that people who abuse children groom them to get what they want from them and to stay out of trouble. And I know I had opportunities to speak up and say something, but something kept me from doing that at the ages of 10, 11, 12, right? And I can't fully go back to what it was like to be 10, 11, 12 because I just have, so much
Fuzzy memories. And covering it up and redefining it and reliving it in a different memory, in a different person, in a different brain. Now it's all this.
like, yeah, how many times did this actually happen? How many instances?
What severity level was it? What time of day was, when none of that is necessary in the debate on what to do next with it. And what you feel to do next with it is talk about the shame,
Yeah.
which exists now. It's not when, how many, whatever. It's now.
It's still here today.
Well,
And
will it be here? What I entertain most in the spiritual mindset is that choice. It means you have the power to make all of it change right now.
that's why I'm talking to you and nobody else, because I like you and I trust you. And that's all I needed to hear was I have the choice to make this for me, but also for everyone else.
Oh,
Because
can I tell you why I'm excited? Because Megan motherfucking Landstein loves the challenge. I'm sitting right there editing the podcast that is you talking about choosing a natural childbirth because it's heavier. It's not light. It's not simple. So you like when it's really, really heavy. I mean, you were very proud of your deadlifts this past weekend too.
I know, but
You won a 100-miler race. You got into running and looked for the heaviest thing. So this
is the heaviest thing. This is...
and your
Yeah.
and you're Megan motherfucking Landstein. This heavy thing in the past meant where you're going to find your elevation. That race looks long and hard. Check. That birth looks hard and difficult. Check, check, check. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Everything you've set your mind to, and you meant it when you did, it hasn't stood a chance. Not one thing, not one heavy, huge, hard thing has stood a chance when Megan motherfucking Landstein puts her focus on it.
Yeah. And
Not cancer, not childbirth, not depression, not debt, not relationships.
it's easy to be regretful that I haven't talked about this sooner. But I think it was necessary for me to gain all the tools and the experience in the life that I have now in order to be able to face this with the most full arsenal that is possible, because you can probably tell there's a lot of pain in this. And I don't know if I would have been able to cope with talking about this before. I think it would have shut me down. I've tried to talk about it before. I don't think I know it's shut me down in the past. I mean, you've experienced an instance where I shut myself down.
Which one are
Because
you
of this.
thinking of?
The Abel wedding.
Oh, that is the one I was thinking.
Yeah. And it was, I'm just going to turn off because I cannot face this. And it's 14 years later that I,
Because he was there.
yeah.
Did I shake his hand? Like, did I meet him and have a beer with him or something? Like, did I unknowingly, fall into?
I'm going to tell you, I don't really remember
No,
much
you
about
don't. No, you chose not to.
So, yeah, all the regret is the answer key, like regretting, not doing something about this, saying something about this, working through this so many times in my life, but I'm doing this right now today because I went for that run on Sunday, and that was my epiphany of nothing can go forward in the way that I want it to until I face this thing. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be the hardest thing I've ever done.
The obstacle is the way.
And I'm going to figure out how to make it for me, because I can't let that person hold on to having done something to me.
You
any
did.
longer. Yeah, I
Right,
did.
but and there's so many people listening now that are. If it's one, that's too many.
I mean, yeah. I tell myself, I hope there aren't other people that are experience this, but I know enough to know that there are other people who have very similar.
He wasn't my friend's dad.
Yeah.
It was my best friend. It was who. Well, it was more. The sexual abuse that I experienced was via my best friend. The emotional abuse I experienced, like chosen emotional abuse, were at the hand of other friends. I had other friends who, when I went over, I was hopeful that they wouldn't make fun of me so much. Not, oh, I can't wait to hang out with him because we have such a good time. It was a hope that this time I don't get made fun of so much. Like I can take it if it's only a little bit, and I can play the video games I want to play with him. So, yeah, there's probably more
So
people
many
than we
levels.
know carrying around the shame. It may not be shame for them. Carrying around the doubt, carrying around the burden, the weight.
It is a weight because
The
I
weight.
can feel that weight that's come up from my stomach, and now it feels like it's sitting right here and not just like I can physically feel it in my body.
All our energy friends are like screaming through the
They can
podcast right
probably
now.
see it because it's gone from like this giant pit of cement.
They're trying to tell you what to do is what I'm thinking of. Like, I can think of people who would be like, "Oh my gosh, go dance right now."
I probably need to dance right now. I need to turn on some really loud.
The baby's sleeping.
I can't. Okay, I'll put on my headphones. Shake it out. Actually, I know that helps. So, shaking,
We need to, yeah,
dancing. Oh, I'll dance
movement, movement, movement. On the run, you reach an epiphany. Movement. Now,
I've got my.
some people can't move. Anyway, you have a weight that just shifted. It shifted a lot.
Yeah. And
What do you need next, though? You've brought it up. Now you need to.
I think I need someone else to talk to about what do I do with this. Like, I know what I want to do with this, but I need like. I don't know quite.
Process.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not. Well, I was about to say I'm not familiar with recovery from sexual abuse, but I guess I'm living it too.
Yeah.
I haven't. I've talked more about it recently in a kind of matter-of-fact way of speaking. Like I've talked about it with my barber. I've talked about it with Christian friends who, because this same best friend is the one that came to my door and said, "I'm here to save you." And after that is when he really, he, I don't know, explored, and I couldn't understand why it was with me, and I didn't know what to do. but it wasn't, something I wanted. So then that person that saved me was invalid, to me. Not to mention his just the way he moved through life. Like eventually in middle school, I again told him like I just can't be around you. Like nothing good happens to me around you. So when I'm talking about my spiritual journey and my Christian friends bring up Jesus, like the path to Jesus to me was tarnished, just destroyed. So when I'm now exploring my own divinity, because I believe we are all, in Christian language, created in the eyes of God, I believe we are all deities in ourselves because we can create. We can create. What else creates? I've been bringing it up. It's been coming up. And maybe that helps me carry it with you, in that I've been bringing mine up and I feel no less empowered while bringing it up. So is this now a podcast about sexual abuse and survivors of it? Thrivers in it? Well, I mean, look, if that's what we've accidentally been doing for 25 years, is surviving with it, how long would mine be? 30 years.
Yeah. Give me the secret. Think of all that time you kept this secret because of...
I told my mom. Nothing happened.
There's a whole nother topic to explore.
My mom and I have a really great relationship right now. And she can't change that.
Yeah.
I don't want her to, but it is something that...
And the parents would take away all of their mistakes, if possible. But now being a parent, we make mistakes all the time. And I realize that when I make those mistakes, they're never out of
Malice.
malice or wanting to do harm for my children. It's, I don't know better
Of
at the
not
time.
knowing.
So,
And we might even be told from a reputable source that crying it out is the way you should do it. I come back
Right.
to crying it out because it's my regret with Colin. We were outside the door, like trying to sleep. Just put him in the bed.
but
So
we're only doing what,
to your point, I was doing what I thought was right.
and even if you can't understand what they did or why they did it, there's a reason. And hopefully that reason was what they thought was the best. But again, we can't change that. So, moving forward, what can I take from what was done to me and how I lived with it and transform that into something powerful and beautiful and for this world? Not just for me. Yes, I want to create all that for myself, but I want to take every powerful, beautiful thing and put it back into the world.
You're not hiding the other scars. The one here, Where else? There's one on your face somewhere. I forget where. It's this. It's. Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, it's just a wound you can't see.
You go with the scar. Well, maybe. Now it's a scar. Before it was the wound you couldn't see, the one that was bleeding and holding you back. Now it's a scar. It's a scar. One you've closed it. Now you're going forward with the legacy of damage, but with your whole.
So, I'm sorry I got upset with you before the podcast.
I understand why
But-
you got upset with me. You wanted to. Well,
I had something really
here's some
big I
more
wanted
of
to talk
your.
about.
Yeah, yeah. I had to read that in you.
Yeah.
It'd be much easier if your voice said it.
So I hope that just me talking about this makes someone else feel better, feel less ashamed, feel less alone.
I don't think they're going to feel anything less. I think they're going to feel united. I think they're going to feel inspired because you are who you are with that same scar.
Yeah. And if anyone is thinking about, well, what do I do with this hurt, with this pain that I have or held, I'd love to talk to you about how you can use that to manifest a change in your perception of.
Or just where it is. Like you said, you felt it somewhere.
Yeah. Can we move that up and out, or can we turn it into?
It's up to them.
Right, but if they need someone, if they're
to talk about it.
if they want to know how can I manifest this into something that is for me, how can I turn this into my power? Yep, that's it.
That's it. That's it. Dun, 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 dun. Nothing more to see here. No, there's lots more to see here. Baby's up.
I love you.
I love you. Wait. Don't go. If you found value in this episode, please subscribe and share via review or post how this episode complemented your life.
Thank you for listening. Connect with us at Instagram or Facebook at Memory Millionaires.
Be well.